Now keep this rod on this knife edge and get the approximate balancing point. So approximate balancing of the rod you should get. Now about this point, if you are getting it, alright, remove it, and from here to here, measure the distance of the first knife edge, measure the distance of the second knife edge. That will give L1, L2 that you will require for the calculation when you have to make the substitutions in the formula. Now after doing that, measuring the distance from CG point of the first knife edge and the second knife edge, increase the distance, third step of the experiment, increase the distance between the two knife edges by shifting the knife edge close to the heavy mass by 1 centimeter. So by 1 centimeter you will shift it, take a scale, measure, keep a scale here and increase the distance between the two knife edges by 1 centimeter. Suppose when you have performed the experiment, initially the distance was 70 centimeter, now it will become 71. Fix it properly and once again repeat the procedure of 2. What was the procedure? Measure the time required for 100 oscillation 3 times about this knife edge. Measure the time required for about this knife edge 3 times for 100 oscillations. Find out T1 dash and T2 dash. In order to use the Bessel's formula, we'll require this to get the intensity of a gravitational field by Kater'S pendulum. When you have to find out that, so you require, in order to use the Bessel's formula, this distance between these two will increase by 1 and measure the time period about this knife edge 3 times, this another knife edge. Experimental part is good. Now then, you know T1, T2 with the distance, first distance L, then L dash, the another distance you know. You have increased by 1 centimeter, you know T1 dash, T2 dash. With knowing L, L dash and T1, T2, T1 dash, T2 dash, plot the graph, and by using that graph where T1 and T2, T1 dash and T2 dash, T2 dash and T2 intersect, join the points, plot the periods. L you will take 70, 71 and T, the periods you will take on the y-axis, plot the graph. Draw the line joining T1 and T1 dash, T2 and T2 dash, where they intersect. That will give you the corresponding length, will give you the equivalent length of the simple pendulum, and the corresponding period you will get. Substitute in the formula and get the answer for the intensity of a gravitational field. Now all these formulas are given in your SIC journal. Substitute that. This is by one formula. Another, the Bessel's formula is given. There L1, L2, T1, T2 that will be required. Use the Bessel's formula and determine the intensity of a gravitational field by using the Kater'S pendulum. So this is the procedure of your experiment. Little bit lengthy experiment, time you require, but if you go step by step, making the periods equal. After making the period equals, time required for 100 oscillation 3 times with L equals to first L equal to whatever 70 centimeters about. Measure that about one knife edge, another knife edge. Then increase L by 1 centimeters. Repeat the same. After doing the experimental part, you will plot the graph, and by using that graph, you will be finally in a position to get the answer, intensity of gravitational field by the graph and by the Bessel's formula. Write the result of the experiment, and then you can find out the error. The error formula is given in the stick. Use that formula and determine the error in the value of intensity of a gravitation. Intensity of a gravitational field, gravitational force acting per unit mass, is called as the intensity of gravitation. So here, this is the all procedure of your experiment Kater'S.